Okay, it's beginning of part 2 here with the restoration of his Dietz lantern. As I said on part 1 there, this is going to have to be pour 15 because the pinholes in the bottom. First thing I'm going to do is take some painter's tape and just cover the holes here so that I can see. This keeps the the pour 15 from seeping out through the hole until it cures enough to harden up and prevent that. Okay, looks like there's 3 that I can see in here. If there's any others I can't see, the pour 15 will seep out and I'll know it. Okay, here's the pour 15. And all I got to do is just pour enough in to be able to run it around the fount and get it to coat everything real well. Got to just carefully pour it so I don't put in too much. Of course, all the excess is going to get drained out anyway, so just pour in enough here to get it to seal up real good. Ounce or 2 in there. Okay, for cleanup on this stuff, one can use acetone. Works real good. Cleans up real nice. So I'm going to take my flashlight. I'm going to look in there while I swish this stuff all around. Or more like let it run all around to coat the fount. Said yesterday, you gotta just run it all around there and get it coated real good. Let it run around in there. There we go. See if there's any seepage on the bottom. No, I don't see any, so it looks like I covered all visible or through pinholes in this fount. I just keep running this around here. There we go. One more time. Make sure everything's coated real good, and then what I'll do is I'll just drain out the excess and reseal the bottle, and it'll be good for next time. Stuff's rather pricey, but a little bit goes a long way. I've done with a 1-pint can, I've probably done about 5 or 6 lanterns so far. Still have plenty left. Okay, now I've done that. Coated the fount real good. One more check here. Yeah, it looks like she's coated real good here. Okay, I gotta drain out the excess, so I just let it tip it up and let all this excess run out. There it goes. I can clean the threads in the filler neck with acetone once I get the excess pour 15 out. Takes a couple minutes here to drain it out, and then it won't be long before it skins over and starts to set up. But like I said earlier, it takes at least 2 days to harden the can. The directions on the can recommend 96 hours. I suppose that's if you're putting it in a regular gas tank, since gasoline is more corrosive than kerosene as far as dissolving stuff goes. Let's see here. Okay, got that drained out pretty good. Doesn't matter if it's in there a little thick, doesn't hurt it. Don't fill the whole fountain up with pour 15 and you don't have any room for kerosene, you know. But nah, that's just a joke. So, okay, now I'm going to clean the fount, or the reds, with some acetone here. So that I don't have a problem when it comes time to screw the cap back on. Because if threads are clogged with pour 15, the cap is not going to go on. Okay, that is all set now. All I have to do is let her set up for a while, and then we'll be ready for the first coat of finish paint. It's time to start the painting of the first finish coat. As I said earlier, I'm going to use this old 55 Gloss Transport Yellow as the final color. Word about these paints, here's another one I've used, especially these high performance or professional grade paint. Read the label, because this one here, it says one can recoat within an hour. Otherwise you have to wait 24 hours or more to recoat, and I found out why on a lantern I was doing. I tried to recoat after 5 or 6 hours, and the second coat caused the first coat to crinkle, so I had like a wrinkle finish, and I had to re-strip it and do it all over again. You know, the old saying, if all else fails, follow instructions. So be sure you are thoroughly familiar with how to use the particular paint that you're going to be using to apply to these projects. It'll save you a lot of grief. Unless you like a wrinkle finish coating, that might be kind of unique, but never seen a lantern done like that. But man, it's always the first time. So make sure it's roll rattle can shook up real good. This one's about half empty, so it mixes real quick. And just like applying the primer, make sure the nozzle's clear. It sprays good first, otherwise you don't want to try to start spraying and have it splatter and spatter and come out in droplets and just make a mess. So what I do is I just start anywhere, like I did with the primer, just dust it or feather it on a little bit at a time to get a base coat started. You're not trying to cover everything completely, obviously. You just want to get in there and start hitting the surface here with a light coat. It's better to apply it like in several thin coats rather than thick coat it and have your runs and sags and ruin your project. Because these things take more time than anything else to do. Try to get down in the air chamber area there where the paint, well, I had to get paint in there for coat the air chamber area because of the glass beading. I say just take your time, spritz it on. And work it onto the lantern. And you're going to have to be working all these little crooks and nooks and crannies. And okay, continue to just feather this paint in, taking your time. And there's going to be a lot of where these crimps overlap and corners and all that stuff has to be covered. So take your time and just work this first coat in there nice and slowly. When I get the bottom, then I'll start working up underneath and getting other areas here. Like I said earlier, they have so many angles and surfaces to get at, especially the wire round surfaces there. And so you get a coat on like that and just let it dry and just keep working it here. And shake the pen frequently to keep the paint mixed up. And these air tube here covering nice. The thing you don't want to have are any sags or runs, so that's the big thing. That'll complete the first coat. We'll let it dry for about an hour or so and come back and work on it some more.